Yeah, my name is Tom Roberto, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Core Technology Solutions. We're headquartered out of Pine Brook, New Jersey, and we do installation and support maintenance services. I joined the team in 2014. I was actually a customer beforehand. I was doing digital signage and retail type system engineering and procurement, and we were using Core Technology Solutions as our field partner. So in 2014, things changed and I had an opportunity to come on board, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. When I came on board, the company was in kind of a pivotal moment in its history, and we really needed to upgrade systems and kind of augment some of the stuff that we were doing. So we quickly replaced the ticketing system that we had, and we were able to put a lot more technology wrapped around what we did and automate some of the things that took a lot of cycles out of the process. And we also upgraded the internal technology, doing a BYOD, bringing on a lot new cloud-based architecture stuff, so Amazon Web Services, we use Microsoft Azure, and we also have some stuff that's hosted within other facilities that allow us to kind of do some augmentation of data and data science sort of stuff. We're constantly looking at new solutions, so things like digital transformation is a big deal, right? There's this whole IP fabric that's being built out at retailers, quick serve restaurants, grocers, gas stations, that used to be bespoke solutions that are no longer bespoke. Things like operational Wi-Fi, IoT, digital signage, SD-WAN, that's all converging. And we want to be there so that when we're out on site, we're optimizing, we're talking to the customers about what they should be doing, and maybe even introducing them to solutions that they've never seen before. So it's really important for us to understand the landscape and really leverage some of the economies of scale that we have across all different verticals. My background's actually in engineering, so I used to design solutions, and they were PC-based. A lot of stuff involved audio-video components, control system components, like theatrical subsystem type stuff. And we deployed that in retailers across the United States and Canada. A lot of our deployments involved rollout type systems where we would put the same or similar system in multiple locations, and that's really where Cortec came in. We were looking for partners, and they were actually on a project that we took on from a previous customer, and we kept them on, and we just engaged them, and the relationship flourished from there. Cortec kind of has a unique history where their founders actually ran a W-2 workforce throughout the United States and Canada at prior lives, and they were involved with companies like Hot Jobs and things like that during the .com. Cortec actually was born out of the necessity for a 1099 workforce across the United States for installation of technology components. Anybody that's deploying technology in a retail environment or someplace that's got lots and lots of locations like hospitality or QSR, they understand the need for getting people out into the field to do support and maintenance or installation as an extension of their IT group. Basically, you just can't fly that many people around or have a workforce like that waiting around for when and if you need them. The thing a lot of customers forget is that sometimes the process makes sense to an engineer that's seen their solution 1,000 times, and they're not thinking about it under kind of new eyes. So one of the value adds that we bring is some of the training and videos that we cut. We make sure that we look at everything under the pretense that you may have never seen this solution before, and now you have to go and service it or install it. So we make sure that the guides represent that, and again, making that technician's life a lot easier helps get the job done and engages them more on future projects, right? They're obviously going to get better as they go. So we want to make sure that first experience is really awesome for both the customer and the technician. Cortec's business really was surrounding installation in the field and kind of labor. But over the years, we've taken on a lot of other pieces of a project because it kind of facilitates that need, right? So things like our 24/7 help desk, we do triage to help our customers insulate themselves from things that happen in the field, flat tires, people getting sick, access issues, simple things like people not following directions. We handle those calls internally and kind of insulate the customer from that. And it helps them focus on what they're there to do, which is to make sure that their solution is working, and allows us to pick up some of the extra stuff that maybe they would have had to staff up for. We also have a staging and kitting warehouse where we will pre-stage stuff to meet the technician in the field, and that allows us to make sure that things are done in the same ubiquitous way across the United States and Canada, but also takes that effort out of the field. The staging and kitting warehouse basically allows us to pre-stage stuff to meet the technician into the field. So this way, if he's out there, he's already got something that we know is working and that it's done the same way in a ubiquitous way across the United States and Canada. The staging and kitting warehouse saves our customers money as well. So if we can do things in a controlled environment, they're not paying for that expensive time in the field, and it allows us to be a lot more efficient and keep up with standards and things like that. Cortec applies a lot of technology to the process. We like to intelligently utilize technology. So what that means is if we're doing something over and over and over again and we're not really adding a lot of value to that process, we'll try to automate it with technology and make sure that it's handled really efficiently through things like automated forms, data science, all sorts of database backend type stuff and automation, even in the field on the technician's laptop. The thing is that we really care about our technicians just as much as we do our customers, right? So we are mobilizing thousands and thousands of people across the United States, and it's our logistics and our word that these people are going out and doing the work for. So we want to make sure that their life is easy, and that's why we implement things like certain technologies to make their life easier. We really pull them to see what they want and what they don't want. An example I can give you is some of these technicians really do not like downloading apps on their phone and being tracked down to their nearest foot, right? So we've designed solutions that they can engage with through their web browser. They don't have to download anything, and the tracking is turned on and off appropriately so that they don't feel like they're constantly being tracked. We want to make sure that when we do add value, that we're not giving that to technology where it can't handcraft something and make the experience even better for our customers. So we have a whole message wrapped around human experience and designing what that human experience is in the field. What that really means is we know where to apply technology and where not to apply technology, because technology is not a silver bullet. It's not going to solve every issue. And in certain cases, people put their trust into the technology's hands, and they're unable to control the output. So customers tend to feel like a number or that somebody wasn't looking, because the reality is the technology doesn't know any better. Our experience in 2020 was vastly different than years prior. Our business was on this really high trajectory, kind of hockey stick growth, and we were really embedded within the retail spaces. In 2020, everything kind of changed. Obviously, retail took a huge hit, and some of the systems and solutions that we were working on were kind of not deemed super critical. So we had to shift focus. Luckily for us, we have the call center, we have the warehouse, we have all sorts of experience in the field that doesn't wrap around solely retail, and we were able to shift gears. We were able to offer our customers different services. We were able to come up with some new solutions for the customers, and that really played out well for us. By the end of 2020, we had all of our workers fully engaged. Our business was generating profit, and we were really fortunate. 2020 obviously made us look at things really heavily and concentrate what we were good at and kind of shed some of the stuff that we knew that we really couldn't do well. One of the things we talk about a lot are the similarities between us and what Ford was doing at the turn of the century, building out the Model T and the Model A. Imagine being back then, roadways were new, you're being tasked with basically giving a nation a way to get around, and you have to build tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of vehicles, and there's no solution for doing that, right? You're inventing it as you go. Cortec looks at it the same way, and we want to basically mirror what Ford did at that time, which is not to craft massive experts and wait for an entire generation to be embedded within a certain type of technology, but to empower people to do individual things. So taking some of that and giving it to someone else to make the decision, and then being able to craft what that process is, and use that assembly line mentality even in the field. So again, focusing on the human experience goes far beyond what our customer experience is, but what that technician experience is and what we're enabling him to do and how. So if we can operate like an assembly line and kind of steal some of the things that Ford did in the 1900s today, We're a lot more efficient than others, and we see that a lot. The best thing that we've ever gotten complimented on is when someone says, I've used that same technician in that region and gotten a completely different result. I don't know how you did it. That's kind of our secret sauce, and we really, take that to heart. Working with Industry Arrow is really great because obviously, we're not the best at every single thing in the market, and to be able to leverage expert panels and different professionals in different verticals was really helpful for us. So making sure that we had access to those people and being able to get our message out to those people so that they could leverage us, it's been really awesome to have that at our disposal. We also really appreciate the exposure there because, in certain cases, people just don't know what it is we do or where we engage because we're purely business to business. So in a lot of cases, sometimes your messaging is lost. We always appreciate new business and new customers, and every relationship starts with hello, so we're willing to have the conversation with anybody, even if we're not a great fit today, we may be in the future. If you'd like, you can reach out to us on our website, www.core-tex.com, or you can reach out to us on our 800 number, it's also listed there, and somebody would get back to you and we'd have a conversation. All of our relationships are long-term, and we're really looking to be a partner for that business and make sure that we can grow with them and be engaged ongoing. We really appreciate the exposure, and we really appreciate this little video. We are Core Technology Solutions, your digital transformation partner, and we look forward to hearing from you.